EGGLOCK is still an extremely powerful deck, and you could be hitting easy legend with this one if you know what you're doing with it. Even though it's not the most amazing deck against super heavy aggro decks, if your meta doesn't have too much of that, this deck will be flying for you. I hope you find the guide helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great, but now let's get into the deck guide.
You are not prepared!
Here's the latest list I saw was doing really well, and the best variant of the deck nowadays actually runs Employee of the Month as well as Eliza Goreblade. This comboed off with your Abusive Sergeant and your Archdruid of Thorns is actually super great, and you could be doing a lot of crazy things with this deck. What you're trying to do with this deck in the first few turns is fish out the egg out of your deck so you can actually start cracking it. On the next few turns you try to crack it a few times, and after that you try to get a few copies of it so you can actually get yourself extra copies of very cracked eggs. It would be beneficial for you to have different stages of cracked eggs, so if the opponent has some sort of really hard removal against you, they can't actually just use a single one and feel great about it. I'm looking at you, Pyromaniac, with Poisonous on it. But yeah, that way you could protect yourself from some cheap, super heavy removals like that, so you don't get burned. If the opponent also manages to clear all of your eggs the first time, you get to resummon all of them back with the help of Endbringer Umbra, and that usually does bring the end for the opponent indeed. Going through the cards themselves, we have a couple of Cursed Catacombs with which you could be looking for all sorts of different things, but a lot of times you're going to be using it on turn 2 or 3 to find yourself the egg, and if you don't find it, you could just pick something non-consequential for you and just burn it. Abusive Sergeant is excellent in here because he is an extra 1 mana way for you to be killing off an egg that's already on the board and ready to attack with 0 attack. This way, it is going to have 2 attack, you slap it into the opponent, and you get yourself a 1 mana crack that way. Same can be said for Conflagrate, which is a great way to get yourself extra card draw and extra death rattles from the egg, so it's a very good card to be comboing off with things like Archdruid of Thorns. The Consume is excellent because it gives you a lot of healing, and also it gives you the 8/8 a lot sooner out of your Ultralisk Caverns. The Archdruid of Thorns would be best for you after you at least crack a couple of eggs, and also make sure to be using this guy after you've cracked your egg a few times, and then crack it a few times further. Like, if you use this for a 5 and 4 copy of the egg, it would be a little bit too late for you, and you're gonna have to use all sorts of different single target removals to get your eggs down to the proper amount, so you can actually trigger them off last with Hellfire. So yeah, definitely try to get the egg a few times crackier, and start using this guy when it needs 3 or 2 more cracks, so you can actually get yourself the 20s a lot sooner. The single copy of Corpse Skull helps you have a way to crack a single egg over and over again. The Drain Soul basically does the same, but only a single time. It also gives you a little bit of lifesteal, which is great. Eat the Imp is an excellent way to be cracking the egg and draw a ton of cards with it. Holy Egg Bearers in here have the only purpose to find your eggs, so if you already found the egg, they are useless. The Employee of the Month can help you against some of those slower matchups, like against Protoss Priest, for instance. This guy saved the hell out of me, so definitely ain't no joke. But if the matchup doesn't care for him, you could even tempo him out just to make some more room in your hands, or to get yourself a little bit of healing earlier. The Dissolving Ooze is a great way to cycle for your 20 damage, so you can actually hit for 40 damage in a single turn if you have a 20/20 and another minion on the board. The Hellfire, great way to stabilize the board and also crack a few eggs at the same time. You usually save this when you have at least a couple of eggs on the board, but in some cases, using it even for a single crap would be warranted. The single copy of Nidus Worms is super good in here because it fishes out your Consume and your Ultralisk Cavern, and this could be a win condition on its own, comboed off with things like Summoner Dark Marrow, because if you get yourself an Ultralisk Cavern and Summoner Dark Marrow is on the board, once the last one is used up, it summons you 2 8/8s, and if you have 2 locations, you could even get yourself 4 8/8s that way, as long as Summoner Dark Marrow is on the board. The Egg of Kalos obviously is amazing in the deck, it's the whole point the deck works, and it having Taunt nowadays makes it so much easier to win with it. Just don't forget this thing is extremely susceptible to things like Hex, to things like Silence, so if you're against the Quest Warlock or against the Nebula Shaman, maybe play the Egg once you actually have a Conflagrate ready for whatever on turn 4 to actually get yourself at least 1 Death Rattle off, or preferably even a couple. Heck, maybe even combo it off somehow with Archdruid of the Thorns, but that would be a little bit too slow, but in some cases it might be worth it. Like I said, the Ultralisk Caverns could be extremely powerful for you, summoning you a bunch of 8/8s, but also the 1 damage AoE ain't no joke, and the healing you get out of the Consume thanks to him could be very helpful. Eliza Goreblade is an amazing minion to have yourself as well, and with her you could even get yourself a second game plan, like if the opponent somehow handles the eggs, you're still gonna have yourself plenty of small minions with extra attack on the board, especially if you give her things like Eternal Layover, things like Archdruid of the Thorns, that kind of stuff. She is, however, a Death Rattle minion, so she could be eating up one of your Endbringer Umbra triggers later on, so there's something to think about. The Eternal Layover is super good, and you could be getting yourself so much extra eggs this way. Just make sure to have enough room, because if you have 3 eggs on the board, that's gonna make him 6. If you have 4 eggs on the board, that's gonna make him 8. So one of those eggs is not gonna be on the board for you. And if you're smart about it, this thing is gonna be reborning the first minions on the board first, so you could actually track which egg stage is gonna get an extra copy. It's not very easy, but it is definitely something worth noting and something worth paying attention to, so you can get yourself a little bit of extra edge with this deck. Basically, the order in which the eggs were on the board is gonna be the order in which you're gonna get reborns from them, so it's worth paying attention to who went on the board first. Summoner Dark Marrow is great because he does allow you to run all of these Death Knight cards in the deck, but also he does have a very huge effect on the board, with things like Egg of Kalos, with things like Druid of Thorns, with things like Eliza Goreblade, and even Ultralisk Caverns, so getting the double Death Rattle effect definitely ain't no joke with this guy. And last but not least, we have Endbringer Umbra, which is gonna bring all of those eggs back on all sorts of different stages, so even if the opponent somehow miraculously cleared the first wave of eggs, the second wave usually is enough. For the matchups, here's what the stats are looking like right now. You are gonna have some pretty polarizing ones. For instance, Pain Demon Hunter would be way too quick. Same can be said for Paladins. Elemental Mage also way too quick. Both the Priests are supposed to be bad, even though Protoss Priest felt really easy for me. The Shamans are pretty busted against you, especially if they have Quest in it. But all around, you do have a lot of positive matchups as well, including Leech Death Knight, which is one of the most popular ones out there right now. Going first and second, Holy Egg Bearer or the Egg would always be amazing keeps. If you have both, I'd say Holy Egg Bearer is probably the better one to hold on to, so you can actually fish out the egg that way. Cursed Catacombs is a great keep. Nidus Worms is also pretty awesome. Eat the Imp a lot of the times would also be a keep. Like if you didn't get your egg by turn 3, using something like, let's say, Abusive Sergeant and Eat the Imp would be very beneficial to cycle through your deck faster. Eliza could be a consideration, even though she's not as important as some people think. Straight out Ultralisk Cavern might also be a consideration, especially depending on the matchup. Going second, the situation is not really much different, so mulligan accordingly. All around, the deck is not expensive at all, but it definitely does take a little bit of extra work to actually climb with it. I hope this guide helped you do that, and if it did, a like and subscribe would be appreciated. But now let's check out some of my games on my road back top legend with it. Hope you enjoy. What do we have here? Dick. I can go like that. Eat the Imp was also a card I could have held on to if I gotta be honest, but without a way to get the egg already, it's kinda scary. I do my best to just swap through decks over and over again, Maximus. I do my best to keep that cyclage going, so I can show a variety of decks on my channel, you know? At the end of the day, that's what we're doing this for. Okay, there's that Eat the Imp. Let's see what the Kris has to say. Just what I was afraid of. Nothing. Out of these, which one am I okay not having extra of? One less Ultralisk can't hurt. Next turn I'm just gonna Nidus if nothing better presents itself. This is an easy matchup as long as the game doesn't shit on me and as long as he doesn't have silence in there for no good reason. Where that egg at? Where that egg at? Next turn I might have to resort to violence with Eat the Imp, you know? On an Abusive Sergeant or something. He's pushing. Being the gentleman that he is pushing my stool in. Yeah, egg is playing hard to get, yeah. 2 Holy Egg Bearers. Amazing. Now we're gonna top deck the egg next turn too. Don't believe me, just watch. Did it. Okay. We're still eating a lot of damage here. But it should be fine, chat. This prevents me from any more elite shenanigans out of him forever. But we definitely curved off proper bad here. Like, imagine all my eggs and egg bearers at the bottom 15. No matter how hard we drew. Okay, that doesn't suck shit. That's not bad at all. This is the last shot at healing with this thing. But this is kind of efficient right now, and I'm gonna heal with this instead, question mark. I don't know, man. I'll do it like this, because next turn I could double trigger with this guy instead. Like, this 8-8 is not how we're winning this game. Good amount of eggs is how we're doing it. So next turn this guy and drain on this 0-3 would be nice. If we get Conflagrate off the top, that also would be pretty Gucci. Okay. Okay. Ah. Piss. It's not that bad though. There you frickin' go. Now we're talking. With Eternal Layover next turn, that'd be bussin'. Maybe even with Eliza, even though we don't really need Eliza for that. Eliza would actually muddy up things. If the 4-4 lives, which it never does, actually. Okay, random bullcrap go. Ew. Okay, so can go like this. And go with this. Do I have a hero pair here? I can. Yeah, I'll do it. I don't think I'm in danger anymore. I am the danger. Even if he clears this and Bringer Umbra is gonna refill again. What's it gonna be, bruh? Feeling lucky, punk? Not so lucky now, is he? He had us going for a while there, but the deck really tried to curve proper bad for us there now, didn't it? Tried to screw the pooch, shit the bed, and roll over in it. All at the same time, but we were like, nah, chief. In it to win it. Okay. Jamoncito. Hellfire might be important against this guy, but I'd rather just get the egg nice and quick. All around, this would be a pretty bad matchup for us, though, but let's see how that go. Thank you for the follow. Carriage. Carriage 21. He is a quick lad. Quicker than he's supposed to. At least we have Ultralisk for next turn, so that's some. Okay, that's nice and slow. We might be able to do a double 8-8 on turn 5. That ain't too bad. Just an Eliza angle for now. Sounds about right. Oh, he's a slow boy. Why the fuck do you have patches then? That was weird. He a slow boy is what he is. I'm also a slow boy though. Where them mad at? Way things are going, I need to make some room here. I think I'll waste the employee. I'll waste them. Let's find that egg of ours. The fuck I will. I'm still not mad though. I'm gonna go like this and go for some 8/8s. Even gonna temple one of these fucks. At this point we're kinda beyond the egg, or at least triggering it this way. Okay, there that egg at. I can get myself another 8/8 right about now. I think I will. Viable off-meta decks? Well, I don't know. I mean, you could check out on Donkey, you could check out in the HS replay, but for a deck to be off-meta, it kind of means it's kind of bad. Or people just haven't caught on to it yet. So Donkey kind of does a good job at showing new emerging decks when the pros do well with them, but sometimes they do well just because their niche meta is like that, you know? Do be like that. Do be like that. Okay, I think it's time for us to get ourselves tons of eggs. Let me waste this so we can eat the imp. Maybe get ourselves another conflagrate. I'll look for it through cursed. Thank you for the follow, KW. How you doing? How you doing? You sure about that, bud? Maybe he's gonna bob me or something. Bob and weave. Weave and bob. Gets Wind Fury and faces me twice with 20. Couple of red cards stall me for a turn. Thanks, man. Got him. Got him. We did it. We're doing the thing. Which animals? The women and children, too. Okay, Night Ass Worms is nice. Should I hold on to eat them straight out and eat an abusive sergeant if he comes? You know what, I will. You know what, matter of fact, I will. Yeah, winning like honey badgers today. Facts. Winning like our life depends on it. Definitely dodging the eggs a lot today. There you go. There you go. Dodge this, you filthy casual. This should be easy then. Perfect. Actually considering just Night Ass Worms here. I'm gonna do that just because I still have them anyway. And next turn I could just coin out the egg plus seed the imp. And make sure I have myself a good death rattle involved already. While drawing a ton of cards. Oh. Now I can even get myself an 8-8 if I felt like it. For now I'm just gonna lifesteal it. Not do anything too fancy. Because I don't have enough room to actually do the eat the imp. This way, if he has a silence, at least I already have myself a kill deck for an Endringer Umbra potential. I wouldn't do it normally, but in this case it wasn't really a bad idea since I wasn't that quick with it anyway, and I don't need to be super quick. But there's a slim chance he could have had that thing. If I get Conflict Rate, that'd be a very nice Thorns. Alas, I didn't. I'd still do it because we got the Eternal Layover anyway, so... You know what, let's just do this. I'm even gonna get the 8-8, fuck yeah. I chose violence, and it's everybody's problem now. I woke up and chose violence. Now I'm the world's problem. Sucks to be this guy. He's gonna suck my entire egg, guys. Suck my egg sideways. All life must end. Is that you? Yeah. Suck it. Guess that's one way of doing it, but he took it with the mouth. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. Let's see if we can find ourselves a abusive sergeant. Found one. I'm gonna use a Hellfire. Bloody Hellfire. And one of those. There we go. There we go. Next turn we could consider Eternal Layover if we feel like it. Probably don't though. Could also just flood the board with Endbringer Umbra. Next turn it's not like he has a way to actually handle it. I guess he does have a way to handle this. Accept the balls, bitch. I don't need to do it just yet though. I'm just gonna go like this and maybe Eternal Layover, question mark. Eternal Layover is decent enough here. Should I Conflagrate first, or is that a bit on the risky side? No, it's not. I'd rather do that first so we can see if we have Archdruid of Thorns. We don't, so let's just go ahead and do this, get ourselves a couple of 20s. And I'd rather just Hero Power here, not crack anymore, because I'd rather keep these eggs hard for him to handle it at a single swing. This guy suffered from Ligma. Lig my balls, bit cringe. Okay, let's keep on clapping, guys. Today we are very close to 100% win rate, which is quite the opposite of the very close to 0% win rate we had for the last 3 hours on the last stream. 6 in the air. Egg me sideways. Honestly, in this case, I just straight out hold on to the Egg Bear instead of the egg so we can fish it out. Should I keep the Forney boy? I actually will. Okay. Kept the quest. So what decks are you clapping with lately, guys? Anything fun on the horizon out there? Is this a new version of the deck carriage? It's been out there for a while now. If you're talking about the Thorns variant, or are you talking about the Employee of the Month, which so far hasn't seen any play for me? This should be an easy game for me. If I top deck Conflagrate or Abusive Sergeant, next turn I get to summon a couple of Forney boys. Cursed Catacombs, let's see if we find either of those cards first. We didn't. Should I go for Night Ass Worms then? Or should I just Drain Sausage? I'm a Drain Sausage, it doesn't have to be that deep, guys. The real question is, should I just Conflagrate right now? Or do I get myself a full-on big egg? You know what? I'm gonna do this, and next turn I'm just gonna summon our Dark Marrow with Conflagrate on the egg. Yeah, Eliza is not the worst in here. If you're facing too much aggro, you might consider slapping back the free damage AoE, however. Umbra. Wouldn't mind me a Hellfire right about now. This does allow him to go for a good resuscitate. Wouldn't be very happy if he does that, but I wouldn't be too sad either. Against these guys, I need to have several 20s on the board, because if I don't, Chillin' Vol'jin would like to know my location. There he goes. That ain't too bad. Next turn we're gonna heal a lot and also get ourselves an 8/8. But we are a little bit on the slow side here. Fuck. Problem is he got way too much discount, so the mothership can definitely fuck me over. Yeah, I don't like where this game's going, I can tell you that much, yeah. That ain't too bad. I'd actually rather do it like this still. Do I want an 8/8 right now, or do I want to keep on cracking that ass? If I'm not careful, I might crack myself with a Chillin' Vol'jin, like I said. I'd rather be careful. But he can literally mothership me right now. A lot. Really comes down to him not having the mothership, because if he does, he gets to play him for frickin' 4 mana next turn. 6 this turn. Okay, he's doing the card draw, I guess. Could even play a 5 mana mothership if he had it. Guess he didn't, which is great. Eternal layover, you say? That's cool and all, but not with those. Eternal layover would be much better with location ready to blast, but I don't feel too great about that. Not sure if it was super amazing using that location right now, actually. Haven't faced a single aggro paladin today, Kirch. It's supposed to be bad against those, though, so keep that in mind if you're seeing way too many of those in your meta. Might not be super cash money for you then. In fact, it might be cash money-ant. Okay. We're almost there. 3 more times. Yeah, that sounds about right. So far as cool on that, but I'd rather do this. Did he do it? Did he do it? He can steal one, but not both. Did we get him? Yikes, fam. Well, thank fuck I have that, but still slows me down like shit. Who the hell runs this, chief? This guy. Who the fuck? What in tarnation? Give me the big man, damn it. What the fuck, bro? Where's the big crack? Finally. Some proper cracker. Still could be dead here if his mothership provides. If the mothership does me dirty. Like that. It's a 4-mana mothership. If he has double Colossus out of that... No, he can play a single Colossus. Okay, please don't get a second one though. Thank fuck. And he dead. And he dead. Not so dead now. But I'll still kill him, question mark? Shit. I mean, he can't go face at least. Okay, that was quite the play he did, playa. Ooh, that's quite the top deck I got. But giving Reborn on this gives him so many extra bullshitters, so I'm not happy about that. What I could do is... It's gonna be expensive though. Could Hellfire into Layover. Maybe I don't want to get that damage though. Gives him a lot of stuff. I really hope he doesn't get really insane stuff though. Anything else I want to do? Not really. Did he do it? Did he do it? All comes down to the mothership crap he got, because God knows there could be enough. 10 damage out of Colossus straight out. What else did he get though? Sun Fury Protector in this deck? Huh? That's a pally card, man. What do you mean? Wait. Who the fuck was Sun Fury Protector? I'm mixing it with Righteous. The one with the taunts? No. That's Argus. Okay, that's fine. That's also fine. That's also fine. Buys him a little bit of time, but still fine nonetheless. And I'll get the finally lifesteal here a little. 2 mana minion. Give Edge some minion stunt. Wasn't that Protector of Argus? Guess not. Okay, I want that room. Perfect. Now I get to do lifesteal. I'm not sure this was exactly the turn I had envisioned at the beginning of this turn, but it's the turn we ended up with. I'll allow it. Sitting at 30 health now. No way he's coming back from that. But yeah, I guess that could be kind of cool indeed, he draw. Just so he has to get taunts. Over halfway there. 100 out of 200 sub points. Let's fucking go, yeah. That's something. That's a lot of discount. 0 mana Mothership. If he gets a bunch of Colossuses here, he needs 3 Colossuses here. Or some kind of fucked up combination. Like double Colossus, but no, there's no way. I said there's no way, bitch. Oh my goodness. What are you doing, Stab, bro? He fucked up, is that what he's doing? Okay. Okay. Did he lock me out of the game somehow with that card hover? Guess not. That was closer than it should have been now, wasn't it? That was closer than it should have been. Thank you very much for the subscribe, Heja. But yeah, can't stop winning with this deck today. To be fair, we didn't face any actual real aggro decks, but still, what can I say? That's my meta right now. It is what it is. We climbed a boatload. We have climbed a boatload. How much did we climb? Come on, game, stop showing me nonsense. 1400. We started off almost 3000 today, so we slashed that rank in half, yo. Take those any day, chat. Take those. Hope you enjoyed.